my favorite author. Didn't write my favorite book, but my favorite author. Terry Pratchett. I don't think a lot needs to be said here. If you haven't read a Discworld novel, do it. If you like Douglas Adams, even though he's sci-fi, read Terry Pratchett. Terry Pratchett was knighted. Terry Pratchett has created some of the most memorable moments in my noggin that I will never forget. Particularly a farting dragon. A dragon that learned how to fly by farting. I'm not kidding. The luggage. The luggage made me love mimics and develop a certain mimic for my book series, who is reverently named because of Mr. Pratchett. I had the distinct honor of meeting Terry Pratchett when he was doing the rounds for Borders. I forget which book it was. I tried to get him to sign something else, but his publicist wouldn't let me. Even though he kept waving the book on, the publicist kept shaking his head no at me. I was like, oh, okay, I see this. But it's fine. I got to talk to him a little bit, and he... if you know me, there's more to this story, which is kind of sad. But I'll leave that sad part off here because I don't want to discuss that again. It's not interaction between him and me. It's just what he was in town for. I sat there. My first Discworld novel was Hogfather, and it's number 100 on this list. Hogfather just made me laugh, and then I always said, I gotta read the rest of this stuff. And I did, and I own it all. Discworld is something like, it's an anthology series in that you can pick up one book and not have to have read much else. He wrote and wrote and wrote. And people make fun of Stephen King for saying he retired, but he's still writing. Terry Pratchett retired, and he wrote up until he couldn't write. That's what is great about authors that care about getting more stuff to the masses. They write, and they write until they can't anymore. Terry Pratchett was one of those authors, and I think anybody who wants to be a writer, especially if you want to write satire or anything, or learn how to do dry wit or even slapstick wit, Pratchett could do it all. And I've seen many authors try and not succeed where Pratchett went. And I always just sit there and say, it's not that those authors are bad. It's just that they need to get a little bit more Pratchett inside of them. I know that sounds weird. I highly recommend Discworld. I highly recommend anything that Terry Pratchett wrote. And he wrote beyond Discworld as well, although there's not much. Louis Friedman, definitely read that stuff. But that's even loosely attached to Discworld. I put him on a pedestal above a lot of other authors. Even the author who wrote my favorite book, which is coming up. If you haven't read Discworld, if you don't know what the luggage is, if you don't know who Rincewind is, if you don't know who the Weird Sisters are, get off your butt, read a Discworld book, and become a fan. And also read Good Omens. I'll see you guys in the near future. Thank you for